Hello, this is Luke Charlton, and welcome to this week's episode of the Elite Entrepreneur Show. And this week's episode is about why the latest marketing strategy won't help you, will not help you at all. And I'm really excited for this show today. We don't have a guest on today. This is just, again, this is me and you. This is an accelerated business development show for you, the coach. So I hope you have a pen and piece of paper ready, because you're going to be taking a lot of notes today. It's a really exciting show, and I'll tell you why in just a few minutes on why I'm so excited about it. But if you've never seen the show before, this is the Elite Entrepreneur Show, and we go live. Well, actually, we're not going live at the moment because I'm in Australia at the moment, and we usually go live at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the US. But that time is ridiculously early here in Australia, so we're still the show is still being put on the site, on the eliteentrepreneurshow.com site at 3 p.m. Eastern, but it's not live. However, what I'd love you to do is head over, if you're not watching the show from there, which is just there. There's the link just there. If you're not watching it, head over there now, eliteentrepreneurshow.com. And the reason why you want to head over there is because this show is interactive. You know, I want you to engage. I want you to ask questions of me on what we're going to cover, so I can help you move forward in your business. And sometimes we have people that I interview on the show, and I want you to be able to come to the eliteentrepreneurshow.com and ask questions of them. So I can ask them, we can ask them live, and we can get back to you live and in the moment, or if not, I can get back to you on the following week's show. But you can only do that if you go to eliteentrepreneurshow.com, and you'll see a comment box down below, and ask any question that you want, anything that you need help with, ask it there, and I will answer it. Also, what I'd love you to do is just leave your aha moments from the show. If you don't have any questions, just, you'll be writing down, so I want you to leave your aha moments. Excuse me, I'm just having some tea, as we do in Australia. And so I want you to leave your aha moments from the show if you don't have any questions. So I want you to know that you got something out of the show and what you got out of the show, so I can maybe give you a shout out the following week as well. Wouldn't that be great? So last week's show, we had a really great time with Anik Rao on how to get on stage to get in front of your ideal prospects. So if you haven't seen that, I don't think I have a link to show, but it's just on our blog at zagcoaching.com. So if you go to zagcoaching.com after the show, you'll be able to see all of our previous shows, all of our previous accelerated business development shows there, where you can watch Anik's episode on how she helped her clients get on stage in front of their ideal prospect, so they can get some new clients, right? That's what it's all about. And that's what this show is about. If you haven't seen it before, number one, this is about changing lives. So we as coaches love to change lives first and foremost. So that is my mission. That's the the mission of this show, to help you know what it takes to grow a successful business. So you can change more lives, because whether you like it or not, I know that you like to work in the business as a coach, but you might not like to work as on the business, building your business. But if you want to be able to change lives, then you need to know how to run a business, and that's what this show is designed to do. Number two, to live anywhere. Change lives, live anywhere. And that's being able to run your business from anywhere in the world. So how do we go about automating your business? How do we go about cutting back the hours of time that you're working on your business, marketing, doing all those things that you don't want to do, so you can be working from anywhere in the world and changing more lives? And when I say anywhere in the world, it doesn't mean, if you've been following me for any length of time, and following me on Instagram, then you will see that I'm coaching from all over the world. And I don't mean that you have to be coaching all over the world itself, but it's about building a business that brings that freedom, where you can coach from anywhere in the world, that you can coach from even just your favorite coffee shop down the road. And the last one is Become the New Rich, which of course is strategically borrowed from the 4-hour work week. And that simply means, in this context, to create a business that works for you. I just mentioned about automation. So how do we go about automating your business so you have clients coming in You don't have to worry about all of that marketing. It's already done for you. But what that means is, what becoming new rich means is ultimate freedom, which it gives you. So it gives you ultimate choice, which is essentially ultimate freedom. And that's what this show is about. Change lives, live anywhere, and become the new rich. And that's why you want to tune in every single week, so we can help create that type of lifestyle business for you. So before we get into today's episode, what I will do is, what we do every episode is I'll quickly share my screen very, very quickly. Screen share here. So my team, the Roosters, well, we went amazing against the bye last week. We got the 2 points. So that was a good win for us because we've been playing very well, so I'm glad we could do well against that. So who we're playing? We're playing the Panthers this week, and they are on the top of the table, top of the ladder. If you're watching this from the US, what do you call it? They're coming first. That's what that means. And that's my team, the Roosters. So we will definitely, but we'll win. We'll win. The boys got to turn around. And what I want to show you guys is a place. I'm in my home city at the moment in Canberra. Before I'm going to move back over to the US. Oh, that's an old jersey I found, the Roosters. How beautiful is that? And this is a photo of my city in the city centre. And just so you know that, yes, that is an ice rink. Yes, this is Australia. Yes, we do get very, very, very cold weather here. Whoa. We do get really, really cold weather. It's absolutely freezing outside today. Actually, the sun is actually a pretty nice day today, and that's I've actually had to turn the blinds down, and that's why I'm kind of half orange, because the blinds are a little bit orange as well. But it's absolutely freezing. Yes, that is an ice rink in the middle of my city, so it does get really cold here. So today's show, why the latest marketing strategies won't help you. Well, the reason why I'm so excited for today's show is because I was doing a bit of thinking. I mean, the Elite Entrepreneur Show has been going on for about 6 months now, in December, so actually more like 8 months. Time flies when you're having fun, right? And I know you're having fun watching this show. But at the end of each show, what I do is, as I mentioned, we usually get people that get interviewed on this show. And at the end, I'll ask each and every person, what is your secret to success? And I was kind of going through what each of those people answered. And no matter what they answered, excuse me, there was a variety of different answers. I don't think we ever got the same answer. But no matter what they answered, none of them said that, oh, it was because I was up to date on the latest marketing strategies, because I knew the latest marketing strategy, because I implemented this whiz-bang marketing strategy. Not one person said that. And I bet you if you go through any person that's been successful, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, all those big guys, big name entrepreneurs, big name coaches, I bet you none of them will say it's because I had the latest marketing strategy or did the latest XYZ trick. And I thought, you know what, it'd be really amazing to do a show about this. Well, what was it if they didn't have the latest marketing strategy? And if that's what, you know, we as coaches, we love to like consume content. We love to know that latest marketing strategy, but time and time again, I mentioned on the show that I did a few weeks ago, which was hugely popular, 7 Signs That You Shouldn't Be a Coach. So if you haven't seen that, definitely want to watch that. But we often want these latest marketing strategies, and it's not these marketing strategies that are going to make us successful, funnily enough, and that are going to bring us clients and make us build a successful business where we can change lives, where we can live anywhere, where we can become the new rich, where a business works for us. So you're probably asking, Luke, what do we need then to help us create a successful coaching business? Well, some of the things that, well, actually in the email that I sent out, if you got the email, if you're on my email list, the phrase that I used was, Um, you don't. What was it? Where do I have it written down? No, I didn't write it down, so I'm gonna have to remember it. You don't in tennis. In tennis, you don't win Wimbledon by creating or coming up with a new tennis shot. You win Wimbledon by being amazingly good at the fundamentals, being amazingly good at having the right mindset. Getting to Wimbledon is a thing that takes tennis players not overnight because they learn a new shot, but years and years of pursuing their passion, and which has culminated in them being able to get to Wimbledon because why? They focused on the fundamentals. And I know this isn't a boring show about the fundamentals, but what I have done is I've gone through each of those the people that I've interviewed and find out what makes them successful and figured out of all of the answers that they've given, what are the top, I've got 5, what are the top 5 that kind of the themes that kept coming up over and over and over again on what made them successful to create a successful coaching business. And that's what this show is about. I'm going to share with you, it's the 5 Ps that we're going to go through in today's show. The 5 Ps on what it takes for you to become a successful coach. As I mentioned, it's not about knowing the new latest marketing strategy. It's not about creating this new shot in business. It's about getting these 5 secrets to success right that I've kind of brought down and, well, what's the word for it? I can't think of it at the moment. But it curated, I think, anyway, and kind of synthesized it and put into the 5 Ps. So you might want to write that down. The 5 Ps to growing a successful coaching business. But before we get into it, I'm going to have another sip of my tea, and I hope you have a pen and paper ready. Now, the first one was actually what Anik on the show mentioned last week, but it's a theme that I've seen over and over and over again. The first P is if you don't have this, there's no way that you will be successful in business. And I've seen this 1 P. If you just have this 1 P, you will most certainly be successful in business. But without it, you'll give up, and you won't realize your dreams of being able to help people. And that is persistence. Persistence, persistence, persistence. Persisting in whatever direction that you take. If you persist, and I mean, we are all going to fail at some point. And my definition of failure I think is different to other people's definition of failure. For me, I'm a failure if I give up. Only if I give up will I be a failure. What I see, how I'd like to reframe failure here is a learning experience. It simply is a learning experience, and people think success is, you're either going towards success or you're going towards failure. Whereas everyone has these challenges that they come up. And here's the goal there, and here's where we start. So we're trying to go towards the goal, but we go this way and fail, we learn. We try and go back and we fail and we learn. But we're always moving forward if we persist. So failure is simply a learning experience. You're probably asking, well, Luke, I know that I need to persist, but how do I get into that mindset where I can persist, where I do have that incredible work ethic and come back to mindset, as we spoke about in the 7 Signs You Shouldn't Be a Coach, how important mindset is. It's all about mindset. That's what this is all about. They say success in business is 90% mindset. So why is there so many people trying to teach you the latest marketing strategy? I'm not saying that there's not a time and place for that. I mean, that's exactly what I coach. But if mindset is 90% of your success, then why aren't we teaching mindset as well? Sometimes it's the things that we know that we should be doing, but we don't do. It's like, oh, I'll get to that later. But if you really internalize this and know that the 5 things that we're going through today is what is going to lead you to success. You really internalize them and you go and put them into action, then you will become successful. There's no other way around it, and that's because of your mindset. Okay, so persistence. So how do we get this persistence to become successful in business? Well, number one, you want to know what your why is. What your why is. Why are you in business? Why do you want to be successful? Why do you want to help other people in coaching? Why do you want to change lives? No, finding that why is going to, it's first and foremost, it's going to push you through everything. That's why when people say, they get in this career, I think Steve Jobs says, find something that you would love to do even if you weren't getting paid. And I know there's just a phrase that coaches use, that I'm not in it for the money, which is really not a good phrase to use, because it's literally telling yourself, because people pay you money, right? Clients pay you money. So if you say that you're not in it for the money, you're kind of literally telling yourself that I don't want clients. So just know that you are in it for the money because you need to grow your business to be able to help more lives. Okay, but coming back to your why, figuring out why are you in business? Why do you want to grow a successful business? Yes. Why? That's one of the first questions that I ask before I even start working with anyone. What's important to you? I want you to write this down, this question right now. What's important to you about growing a successful business? What is important to you about growing a successful business? Not coaching, not becoming a great coach. What's important to you about growing a successful business? Because in that answer you will see that only until you grow a successful business will you be able to help people and change more lives. Because whether you like it or not, you are in business. It's hard for a lot of coaches to get their mind around because they don't want to do it. They don't want to do sales and marketing. They're not in it to work on their business. They just love coaching and love helping people. Well, I'm sorry, if you're not in it if you're in it to help people, then you are also in it to grow a business. Unless you're going back into working for another coaching company, which, for a lot of coaches, that's why they left the corporate environment, because they didn't want to work for someone else. So what do you want? Do you want to work for someone else in the corporate environment and have a boss? That's fine. And you can coach that way. Or is that the reason why you left the corporate environment if you did? You can't have, working in the business without having a business, if that makes sense. So what is important to you about running and growing a successful business? And then what's important to you about that? And really dig down. What's important to you about that? You'll find that it gives you freedom in your life and spending more time with your family. Allows you to help more people, because when you get more money, then you can invest more money into your business, obviously. You can invest it into growing your email list, into that other marketing strategy. But first comes down to your why. Coming down to your why, which leads back to your to persistence, which is the first P. The other reason why persistence is so vital is because in business, I've been in business for a couple of years now, and it's only up until now, after a couple of years, that I'm kind of starting to build momentum. So just know that you will need persistence. That's why a lot of businesses fail, is because they fail to find out what their why is and have this persist through, the first and second and third years. If you are going into business, know that you won't be successful overnight. Know that you will need to persist through the first and second year. You better be sure of, you better have a strong why. You better be sure you know why you are going through what you are going through. Because at the end of the day, your why is what's going to help you persist through those challenges of the first and second and third year. So now we'll get persistence, you need to have a strong why. Now, the second P, which we'll go into now, is Important for a lot of reasons, which obviously we'll go through in a few minutes. The second P is something that I don't think comes into a lot of coaches' minds when they think about building a business. We talk about procrastination. We talk about not having time to build a business. We talk about not having time to, to read about or go to seminars to help us build our business. But it's not really about those things. It's about this second P. And this second P is prioritization. Prioritization. So prioritizing your business over other things in your life. You'll see that anyone that has been successful, they have prioritized building their business over other things in their life. Yes, I'm not saying that you have to work 24/7, and this is about building a lifestyle business, this whole show. But I am saying that you will have to, especially in the early stages, prioritize building your business. If you're frustrated with your results, really ask yourself the question, have you been prioritizing your business? And when I say prioritizing your business, have you been prioritizing investing money into your business as opposed to buying that flat screen TV or that new car? Have you been prioritizing your business and learning what you need to learn to grow your business and work on your business as opposed to going out and drinking or going out and spending time with friends, which could be put back into investing in yourself and your business? So, I mean, it's all fine for you to go and spend time with friends. I'm not saying don't do that and don't have a life and don't. Of course, your family takes priority. I know that. But what I want you to look at is your priorities in growing your business. Where does it come in the ladder? Is it down here, or are you prioritizing it up here, where there's more important things? So that's around money. That's around having fun outside of your business, and that's what it's going to be like. So if you're frustrated with this, then think about where you're prioritizing your business and your business growth. And also around prioritization, what are you doing on the day-to-day? How are you prioritizing your activities on the day-to-day? So what I really love, a great book, and I've recommended it here a few times on the show. It's called 80/20 Sales and Marketing by Perry Marshall. And I really love the law of 80/20 because it's seen in nature everywhere. So you're going to get 80% of your results from 20% of your efforts. That's essentially what the 80/20 rule does. So when it comes to prioritizing, just a little tip on your day-to-day, prioritize the must-do items. The items that you know are going to help you give you 80% of your results with 20% of the error. What are your must-do? What are your 80/20 items of that day? What are the items that are putting money in your pocket? Now, if you're going in this latest marketing strategy or whatever it might be, just ask yourself, is this strategy putting money in your pocket? And if not, what do you need to be focusing on to get money, to get clients, to get money, to reinvest, to grow your business? The law of 80/20, it's an irrefutable law. It's everywhere in nature. It's incredible, and that's what I build my business on, is the law of 80/20. And that book again was 80/20 Sales and Marketing by Perry Marshall. So the second one was prioritization. How are you prioritizing your business? Number 3. This one, I mean, we say that business is all about relationships, and at the end of the day, it's all about relationships. And if you don't know if you don't implement this second one and take advantage of the second one, then what was the phrase? Rome wasn't built in a day. It's also going to say Rome wasn't built, or the pyramids weren't built without the help of with a group of people. So if you that is the third one, is people. If you want to be successful in business, you will not be able to do it alone. You will not be able to do it alone, and that's not only when I say investing in your business and yourself and a coach to help you, but I mean getting help from and surrounding yourself with people in that are like-minded to you. So number 3 is people. People. So first I just mentioned, if you want to be successful in business, you need to know how to build a relationship. The people that fail in business, and this is a write it down, are the people that try to take shortcuts around building relationships. But the people that they have to build relationships with people that take time, hence the reason why it takes a while for you to build momentum in business, because you're building credibility through and building relationships. So the people that get that it's all about building relationships are the people that reap the rewards on year 3, year 4, year 5, because they've built those relationships from building their from the credibility, from adding value over a longer period of time. And people know, like, and trust you. When people first know, then like, then they trust you, then they will become a client of yours. But until they trust you, they will not become a client of yours. And how do they get to trust you? Well, first it's know, then it's like, then it's trust. But of course, that is the essentials of building a relationship. So number 1 is people and building relationships. Number 2 around people, and you will see this time and time again. We've had this on the show before. People that say their secret to success is learning from the best. So we all stand on the shoulders of giants. Like what I'm bringing you today, and they say there's nothing new under the sun, and that is absolutely true. That's why they say the fundamentals are so essential. They've been around for thousands of years. Why have the fundamentals been around for thousands of years? Because they work. And that's why they're the fundamentals. And so we are all standing on the shoulders of giants. I didn't come up with this stuff. This was already building up. I'm just synthesizing it and delivering it to you in a shorter format that you can go out and implement straight away. So all the people that have come on this show have known instinctively or learned that in order to become the best, they have to learn from the best. So coming back to people, you need to also learn from the best. Okay, and that means investing in the best. It's funny. One of my mentors says, you pay for the best and you only cry once, and that is so true. I'll tell a story about. I'm a kind of a techie guy. I'm very good. I was an analyst in the IT industry, and so for me, when I buy a computer, I buy a really good computer, one that I know that's going to last. So I invest in a good computer. A good computer these days is like $1,500, so you can get a really great one for around that. But my family, who I help set up all their computers and stuff, they don't see the value of investing in a good computer. They just, because they don't use it very often, so they invest in a lower end computer, like right on the lower end. But I let them know, look, if you invest in a great computer, you will be out. This computer will last you for 7 to 10 years. You don't use it very often. I know your needs. You only need it for, say, web browsing. It's going to last you a long time. But if you invest in this computer, what's going to happen is my little brothers and sisters are going to download crap. It's going to slow it down. They're going to get viruses, and you're going to have to buy another computer for them in the next 12 months. So instead, and this is what's happened over the last 10 years. Now, how many times I tell them they still go for the lower end computer? So how many computers have they bought over the last 10 years? Like about 8 or so. And so what's that? 8, and they're usually around $600 or $700. Let's just say 500, so I don't have to show you how poor my math skills are. So that's $4,000. So it's over about $4,500, and that's over 8 years. However, if they just invested in a great computer to start off with, they may have only needed one. I mean, my computer, and I'm a tech guy. lasted me 7 years, my Apple, because I bought a great one for $2,000. It lasted me 7 years. And it's still going. It's still going. I only recently bought a new one for this show, actually, because the fan was too loud and I couldn't record. But my point is, if you invest in the best, you only cry once. They've cried many, many times, and they don't realize over the long run, they've actually paid more. They've actually paid more money, and for crappy computers. So coming back, do you want to invest in a coaching program that's just more content that an expert gives to you, but they don't give you one-on-one help? Or you're kind of left wondering, well, how do I implement this? And you put together your squeeze page or your website or whatever it is, but in the end you still need that feedback, and that was $2,000. Or do you sit back and think, well, instead of buying 20 of those $2,000 programs over the next 10 years that don't really get me anywhere or the results that I need because I don't get the feedback that I need, how about that I invest in myself and my company to learn what I need to do to get these clients in my door within the next 6 months or whatever it might be. So you see, if you invest, if you look at the short-term investment, and this is around mindset, again around mindset. If you're looking at the short-term investment as opposed to long-term, then you're not going to see the value of what a higher-end coaching program can do. And this is what the people that have come on this show have realized, they need to invest in the best to become the best. So do you want to check your mindset around that? Are you in that frame of mind where you realize that you need to invest in yourself and your company, and it is an investment? It's not a cost. It is an investment where you will get your money back. Okay, so look for the long term as opposed to the short term. That's another mindset shift for you. So the third one was people. Another great strategy for people is having your own mastermind. That may not be a mastermind that you sell, but just a group of people, maybe a group of coaches that are in the same position or same mindset or going in the same direction, that you can meet up with every week to keep you accountable, to help each other out. So again, having that support community is coming back to people. Okay, the fourth one, I really love the fourth one. I love it and hate it because I struggle with this one too, and I know a lot of coaches struggle with this one. Really big one, this one, huge. This is the one that a lot of coaches have a lot of fear around this one, that if they implement, they will be they won't be able to serve a right amount of people, but in turn that means that they can't speak to any one group, and in turn it means that they're actually losing clients. So if you don't implement this one, you are actually going to be losing lots and lots of clients. It'll make it 10 times harder for you to get any clients, to get any momentum. And the fourth P is precision, or another way that we can look at precision is focus. So all the people that have come on this show, they've had this one focus, this one thing that they've gotten very, very good at. Very, very good at. So the precision is all about focusing on and getting specific around getting good at just one thing. There's a book, I haven't read it, but I think it's called One Thing. Excuse me. And I think it's about that, just focusing on one thing. But if you look at any of the people that have been successful, hugely successful, they've just gotten great at one thing. Why? Because as soon as you divide your focus, you're going to be mediocre at a few things as opposed to really great and building up your expertise and your credibility at just that one thing. Now I come back, and the first one, the big one, is a niche. Choosing just one type of client to serve, as opposed to I help everyone. Choosing one type of client that you serve and get results for. Because at the end of the day, your coaching clients, they want to work with someone that's a specialist. Let's say someone had a brain tumor. Would that person want to go to the general practitioner doctor, the GP, that helps everyone, that diagnoses the common cold, that helps you diagnose your bad shoulder, or you got a sore back, do some stretches? Or do you want to go, or would they want to go to the specialist doctor that only deals with brain tumors? Of course they would. It's logical that they would only want to go to that specialist that deals with the brain tumors. And that's the same with your target market. They only want to work with a specialist. Just coming back to precision and focus. Get very focused and very clear on who it is that you are helping. As soon as you find out who you'd love to help and who you're really great at helping, the easier it's going to be for you to direct then your marketing efforts, which we'll talk about in a second. But getting very clear on who that niche market is. So, for example, I help women entrepreneurs who have a family, balance their business and home life. Something very, very specific like that. The more specific that you get, the easier it's going to be for you to get clients, and the easier it's going to be for you to market, and actually the more money that you're going to save. Okay, so getting very clear, precision, focus, is getting very good at helping one type of client. One type of client. Coaches don't like to do that because they fear that if they cut off this other group, that they're cutting off potential clients. They're cutting off the potential to help other people. You have to move out of that fear. You know, everyone says to choose a niche, and you know logically that you should choose a niche, but you might still be afraid to do it. So you need to have a bit of faith and just get very good at serving one type of market. Number two, when we talk about precision, is getting very good at just one type of marketing strategy. And this is something that I have a love-hate relationship to, because I love marketing, I love sales, and I love what I do, and I love to help coaches like you build their business. So for me, this is a hard thing. You know, I want to be really great at lots of different marketing strategies. I've got lots of different skill sets. As I said, I've got a very technological background, so I can be very good at. I can do lots of different things if I want to, but I know that if I don't focus on just one thing, getting good at one thing, then my marketing efforts are going to be very poor as well, because I'm kind of going out and saying to my target market, even if I've got a specific one, well, I can actually help you do anything, as opposed to I can help you build an email list of 5,000 people within the next 6 months, guaranteed, and just be very good at that. Just be very good at that. Or I can show you how you can get clients calling you even if you're a new coach, and just do it with online training, for example, and just getting very specific and just getting very, very good at that. Okay, so if you're coming back to marketing and precision and marketing, when you go out into the marketplace, what you want to do is these three things. When choosing your marketing strategy, number one, you have to be good at it. You know, naturally good at it. Number two, you have to want to do it. You would like doing it. And number three, it has to be where your target market is. So write those down. You got to be good at it. You got to want to do it, and your target market has to be congruent with where your target market is. Okay, so those three things. So it's no matter, yeah, you're really good at it, but you hate doing it. Well, that's not going to last. You're not going to have that persistence, right? Maybe you need to get a stronger why around that. But those three things are going to determine where you are, where you're going to be focusing your marketing efforts. And you're probably wondering, well, look, what if I don't know what I'm naturally good at? That's why that book, and by the way, I don't get any affiliate commissions from this, and I've recommended it time and time again, but the book, 80-20 Sales and Marketing, will tell you what your marketing strengths are. Okay, so it will tell you where you're strong, but also more importantly, it'll tell you where you're weak and what you should stay away from. So for example, my weakness is writing marketing copy. So like, for example, email copy. That's why I do these presentations online. And I didn't realize why it took me so long to write copy. I thought it was just a thing that happened, but it was just the way that my brain works. So that's why I stay away from helping from writing email copies and delivering this presentation. And I love this too, because you can look at the whites of my eyes, and it's much better to build a relationship with you where you can see me and get to know, like, and trust me. I believe that video is the way to go, and I recommend that if you like giving presentations, then do your own Google Hangout show. And that's what I'm getting really good at is Google Hangouts, number one, and the second one is LinkedIn. So those are two my main focuses for marketing and helping my clients build a presence on LinkedIn where they can just build a massive group from which they can pluck clients out of whenever they want. Okay, so that's what I'm just focusing on from now on, and getting really, really good at that. I've been doing that for a little while now, actually about 12 months now. Anyway, coming back to precision, finding out, remember, what you're good at, so 80-20 sales and marketing. Number two is, do you like it? Do you like doing it? Number three is your target market there. So it's no good you really like marketing on LinkedIn and doing content on there, but your target market isn't there. It's somewhere else. Well, that's obviously not going to work, right? So those three things. So I hope you have written them down. Okay, so we've gotten through precision. And we're coming to the last one, which again I have a love-hate relationship with this one. It's something that I have kind of only just recently learned coming back to Australia. So if you've been following the show for any length of time, you might have known my story where last year I moved to London. I quit my job and moved to London with not knowing, no family, no network, no friends, not knowing anyone, and so moving to a completely new country and starting a coaching business at the same time. So when you are doing that, you kind of have high levels of anxiety because you want results, right? But you want them fast because I was moving over there. I didn't have a job, so I needed to get income. I needed to get cash flow, and the longer that didn't take to get cash flow, it took a few months to get my first client, the more anxiety that I had. And still, I'm not saying that I was out of the rough there. It was one of the most eye-opening experiences going over there and building a business with no network. But it was with high levels of anxiety, and with anxiety comes your focus on the things that aren't working, as opposed to the things that are working. And I've really just noticed that coming back to Canberra now. I've been in the US for the last 3 months, and again moving to the US with pretty much no network in Philadelphia and starting a business there. And as I'm moving back there, probably at the end of summer, which is a few months away now, but still, there's still high levels of anxiety going to another place. So I put myself through all that crap again to move to the US. So that's where most of my clients are coming from. So it's easy to move there, and I love it there. But anyway, still accompanied with high levels of anxiety. But coming back to Canberra now I have a network in Canberra. It's a more stable place to get clients, and it's the levels of anxiety are much low. And what I've noticed is that when you have less anxiety, you can really focus on the things that are working well. And the fourth P is if you don't have this fourth P, you're going to have these high levels of anxiety. And if you have the high levels of anxiety, then you're going to be focusing on the negative, as I said, not the things that aren't working. And really, if you focus on the negative, then the negative expands. If you focus on what's working and what you're really working towards, then that comes. It's it's the law of attraction. But it's true. If you focus on the positive, then the positive expands. So the number, the last one on for today is the 5 Ps to the big secrets of success. I should have given them a name. I didn't come up with a name for them. I'll come up with one next week if you tune in next week. But no, the 5th P is patience. Having patience. having the patience that you will get results. Now, I spoke about your business is going to take a couple of years to build momentum. I don't care, where you're starting. Yes, you could have a great JV partner that that suddenly you get 10,000 new people on your email list overnight. It's very rare, but let's say you do. You're still going to have to build a relationship with these people. You're still going to have to build know, like, and trust with these people before they become clients. And let's say that you did get a couple of clients from that list. It still takes time for you to build credibility from the results that you're going to get with those clients, yeah? Which then, in turn, once you start getting results, then you start building momentum for yourself. So having the patience that, persistence was first, but you need to have patience that it will happen. I'm not saying that you don't have to have a sense of urgency that you want to get clients, but there's a difference between urgency and anxiety. I don't want you to go out there having anxiety. And this is what I had for the whole of London and the whole of the US. It's these high levels of anxiety, and you focus on what isn't working, and coming back to camera, they're down, and it's just amazing how much momentum is building now by just focusing and on the opportunities that are around you. Okay. So the fifth one is having patience. So when you don't have patience, you have anxiety. When you have anxiety, you focus on the negative, and the negative expands, and that slows down your momentum and your ability to get clients. So please know that you cannot beat time. The only way, I don't know the quote, but Jim Rohn said it, you cannot beat time. The only way to beat it or combat it is by having patience. That is the only way. When you have patience, you kind of live in the moment and just enjoy what you have at the moment. So please, number 5 is having patience. Okay, that you will get results. So what is going to help you have patience in your business? So is it getting building up your business while you still have a part-time job? If you quit your job like I did, does that mean that you need to get income tomorrow? Is that going to make your anxiety go up? If not, get a part-time job and build your business on the side. Yeah, so having patience. And then, of course, the persistence to keep going, learning from your mistakes, yeah? So persistence, number 1, and the patience, finishing with that one. Okay, so what I would love for you to do is, as I mentioned, go to eliteentrepreneurshow.com and write down your aha moments from this week's training, or you can write down any questions that you might have as well. And if I'm someone that you could see working with to help build your business, what I'd love for you to do is go to bookluke.com. Actually, it's pretty, I won't write it down, just bookluke, B-O-O-K, luke.com. So if you just go to bookluke.com, I can show you how to build your coaching business where people are calling you. Okay, so I do help you with online training and showing you how people can call you for your coaching services. So how to build an online business for mainly the new coach. That's who I am really good at working with and love helping, are the new coaches that are serious about building their business. So bookluke.com. Okay, so bookluke.com if you want to get on, and that leads you to a one-on-one session with me where we can discuss what your business will look like in the next 12 months and how we are going to get you there. So also leave your aha moments at theeliteentrepreneurshow.com. So it was a real pleasure of bringing this training to you today on the Elite Entrepreneur Show, and I look forward to delivering next week's presentation to you. And of course we go, I'm going to say we go live. We're not going live, but we at the same time every Thursday, 3 p.m. eliteentrepreneurshow.com. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m. Pacific Time, and 8 p.m. British Time. Okay, so that's eliteentrepreneurshow.com. This is Luke Charlton, and I look forward to delivering next week's episode to you. Cheers.